Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Justina Walker, and I am here today as a Polish citizen and one of the 7 European citizens to introduce to you this European Citizens Initiative project that we have been working on. Over the last 3 years, we as individuals and collectively as citizens watched our governments and our representatives very closely. We voiced our opinions, we've marched the streets to be heard, and we made every effort to create a dialogue. However, as we stand here today, we realize that the world in which the citizen's opinion and citizen's voice as primary factor in making decisions is slipping away. We have seen non-governmental entities injecting themselves into our health, into our homes, into our privacy and into our wealth. This is not what we as people want, and this is not what we as people need. The reason we choose to give our vote or our backing to our representatives in any capacity is because we do not want the unelected, self-proclaimed leaders to decide on our behalf. This includes negotiating with private, non-transparent organizations such as WHO, and in the process ignoring objections of the citizens. We as people not only choose, we put our trust in you, and the trust has been broken. Today, what we see is these unelected, disconnected from the average man or a woman's view technocrats pushing their vision of the world on us and being helped to do so by our own representatives. There have been many petitions, there have been many declarations, and many of us have come together on European and global level to say no to this power grab that we are seeing currently. With implementation of such tools as international health amendments and WHO treaty, both to be introduced in European countries and beyond in May 2024, we are facing further push from these unelected, self-appointed organizations and individuals who want to make decisions about our freedom of choice. And so, with loss of trust in our governments and the institutions, with growing craving of these unelected entities to curb our freedoms, we as citizens decided to use the ECI, which is the European Citizens Initiative, as a tool to be publicly recognized and finally heard. European Citizens Initiative, as my colleague Philippe has said prior, was introduced with the Treaty of Lisbon in 2007. It was inspired by Switzerland and its existing direct democracy tools. It aims at increasing direct democracy by allowing EU citizens to participate in development of EU policies. Nowadays, we are hearing more frequently that the European Parliament and the European Commission see the disconnect between the people and the institutions, and yet they proceed to listen to these self-elected representatives, such as Director General of the WHO or head of a non-profit organization such as World Economic Forum. This continuous curbing of freedom and loss of trust is the reason why we want to introduce the Trust and Freedom Initiative. Thanks to the tremendous work of our team, that includes not only doctors, lawyers, activists, but also us as mothers and fathers, people from different walks of life, we will be putting forward our ECI, the European Citizens Initiative, to the European Commission within the coming weeks. And we are asking all citizens of Europe, when this happens, to sign it electronically, if possible, in your country, or by finding or contacting us to create an event in your community to collect signatures. This is the opportunity for your voice to be heard, your voice as an individual and your voice as a collective, so that these grand halls and chambers of European institutions where the lobbyists negotiate their private agendas to the detriment of all of us, not only echo somewhere there in the distance, but reverberate loud our objections, starting here in Brussels. Within the next months, we aim to collect 1 million signatures across Europe to show our unity. With a team of lawyers, the Trust and Freedom Initiative is being prepared, and all information will be available here in Europe, but also globally via our social media and website. What we need is to adopt a comprehensive set of legal acts that recognizes and strengthens the protection of every individual citizen, every man, every woman, every child. I want to thank the MEPs for standing with us and supporting our effort. I also want to say that the success of the initiative can only be achieved together by all of us here in Europe, no matter who we are and where we come from. What we need is trust and freedom, and both cannot be dictated by few nor ignored by those who we choose to represent us. Because freedom is for no man to take, and trust needs to be earned, not bought. Thank you.